I just wanted to do a very quick video just to basically go over the changes of what I've done on this game as a bit of a development cycle, basically. So I'll turn this fan off. Hopefully that'll not come off the recording. Apologies if it has. But yeah, so last we got off, we had the deck and we had the basics of the wheel, but the full wheel wasn't working yet. So I've now done it so the wheel works as expected. It will spin. It's got a decent spin on it. It is 100% random now. I've confirmed the actual calculations for it all as well. That's not a good example because that's a joker. So let's try that again. Okay. So hopefully this should be a 2. I stopped getting kings, which was good. I didn't change anything. I just stopped getting them, which is good because it's pure random and evidence of that, at least. That's a 2. The wheels should now come down. And this now populates the text. I'll just make this larger. Maximise that. So the actual text around it actually adjusts itself now. And when we click spin, it'll spin round. And if we just open up the console there, so it does apply it now. It goes through the individual segments. Segments work themselves out. They will set their own text and keep track of it, and it will report based on the segment, and it is based on afterwards. Yes, I've taken the run wheel, check the spin, calculate. The debugger's now off. But yes, that's running as expected now. So I have taken it off. If I took this value off there, then that's what I was thinking I'd show you. But that's all working now. So that all populates itself. I forgot about that. That all populates itself. And I need to make sure that the rest of the game's still working as is, which I'll get to later. But the purpose of this was to make sure that the wheel was spinning, that the spin was good, the spin was random, and the spin was accurate, and all of those things are true. There's certain elements that I wanted to introduce. I'm not going to get too much into at this stage, because there's other things I can work on. So like I want to add new things to the wheel and have stuff removed, or I can change them on the wheel now, but I can't remove them or add stuff on, which ideally I'd want to do, but that's later. So the other thing that we're doing then, which I typed up the basic concept, but I've changed a bit of it, is on the actual campaign bit, and this one is something that I've particularly worked on today, first day off, basically for a bit. Yeah, so I've changed layout, I've changed a lot of text. Text looks smoother, it looks cleaner, which is good. And there's no nodes on here, so if we have a look, it is just a blank blank page with this little tiny dot, which is basically the player. It's George launch script. Right, so when I click play, the node here, this node has a node generator. The nodes will generate the nodes individually. So this is something that was already there. Good evening and welcome to the fairest game ever. Let me just make this maximize this. Yeah. Continue. In this game, you will contribute to the carnage of the unscrumptious campaign as you make the most climateric decisions. I don't even know what some of these words mean, I'll be honest. To overcome yours truly, the waggish Wade, beguiling board and melodramatic Mark. With each extremity be befitting the boons, as well as the three-tailor, two toes traders, and miraculous non-peril of the fridge. Yes, yes. Navigate the prosperous paths to determine who is truly the fairest of them all. So it does sit quite well there. And you've got the inventory, you got your handshake deals there, you've got your inventory. Obviously, that's all empty. And I have the health I need to sort. You can drag around and click to recenter. That's fine. These are all just going to be reward nodes for now, but there are different nodes, so you've got Pre of Life there, go there, claim that. I do have two other nodes, but I'm not going to get into that. It was just to show you that this works, basically. So my nodes generate, they are random generations, so on there are all those nodes, and I can see what level they're at, what position that they've done, and I can see the overall where we are. I've also made it so now, before it was just you click on node, you move to node. The node won't actually allow you to go there because it's on the same level and you've confirmed it. Whereas here I can go and pick up this Minolta lens there, and it won't let me go backwards now or sideways. So that's all working, and this is working. So obviously it's still very early. There are different things that are coming up, but I just wanted to give an update. This is kind of where we are. The next things that I want to work on is actually getting the functionality of the items, because they're just kind of there at the minute. So I want to get the functionality of the items, and I want to make sure persistent data is working. But that's it. I'm really quite pleased with this. Again, like, I'm not this isn't something that I do every day. It is in my spare time, and this node structure, whilst I had the basic code there have been a lot of challenges and stuff like that I've had to think about. And the code that I originally had, that I put together, didn't take into account that I actually want that to change over time. So dependent on what's there, so it's gone now, but dependent on how many nodes you've got, that is going to impact the position. And I don't think I had that in the previous one. So you can see each time I refresh this, the nodes will appear in a different space, but they are now central to where the player is, and then branch out dependent on whether there's 1 to 5 different nodes, which is what I want. So that is the basic concept of what I were trying to get for this. Again, there are 2 other nodes that come up for the purposes of me testing items and me testing persistent data, me making sure that things like that working, the really basic things. I'm going to try and hold off from adding more nodes on until the rest of it's working. I want to be able to get into the campaign, start the campaign, save the campaign, leave and come back, and also use items both in battle and in the campaign before I add more nodes on, because they're just they shouldn't add a huge difference to them. They are just events, and for the most part that they are working. I'm not really too concerned about that. They're relatively well set up. There was a couple of things that I had to change because of the way the nodes were being generated. But yeah, for the most part, no, it's working. It's working well. I've changed a huge ton of stuff on this today, and actually, it might not be much for a lot of people, but I'm really buzzing with the progress I made. But yeah, I was so excited. I want to share. Thank you very much for listening. If there's anyone listening out there. And yeah, if you want to see more, feel free to subscribe, keep watching, whatever. If not, I will, and you're a fan of Distractible, I'll keep posting stuff online. So posting stuff in subreddit. So just keep an eye on there if you want. But yeah, no, thank you. I just want to share. I'm really excited. Cheers. Bye.